Oh, hello, and thank you for joining me. I'm Timbo Took, and this is A Joy of Painting Middle-earth, a time when we come together to paint the most fantastic landscapes Middle-earth has to offer. And maybe we'll paint a scary one a time or two. That can be quite fun, you know. Now, I may not be the best painter in the Shire, but I do love it so, and I'd love for you to paint right along with me. So, if you're ready, grab your paints and your brushes, and let's go on an adventure. Oh, hello, I'm happy you've joined me. I'm ready to do a painting today, aren't you? All right, and what are we painting? We're painting Treebeard's house. That's right, Wellinghall, as you might call it, is what he said. There we go. We're going to paint it here. Now we've prepared our canvas. Our canvas has that magic white put down that Bob Ross the Blue taught us how to use. That's right, he used to come to the Shire once a week when I was just a small hobbit, and he'd teach us all how to paint. So we continue on. Now we have that magic white down, just a thin coat, and we're going to be painting Wellinghall here. That's right. What we're going to do is we're going to take some titanium white. Oh, that's right, our colors. Titanium white, of course. And then we have alizarin crimson, phthalo blue, sap green, burnt umber, ivory black, cadmium lemon, yellow ochre, and of course titanium white. I said that already. All right, we just take that there, and we're going to take a little bit of this cadmium lemon, just a bit, and we're going to put it in here. We're making some sun that's shining through the leaves in the forest. That's right, so we mix that together right there. Now we're going to come up, and this is going to be our brightest area right here. So we're just going to take that, and we're going to, put a big old hobbit foot on your easel if you're shaking it. Oh, if you're shaking it, just steady it up. Oh, but you might have a heavier duty easel than me. Oh, there we go. Just bring that light just right in here. Just using those crisscross strokes. Just bring that in. And you see we already have that magic white, and it just mixes together right there on the canvas. So come in and get some more. And again, start in the middle and just work your way out. Just work it across here. Now this bottom part, this will be dark. We don't have to worry about putting it in here. We just want this right up at the top. There we go. Now we're going to wash our brush, and we wash our brush in odorless paint thinner. That's right, just right here in our bucket. We just wash that out, and then we're painting inside the hobbit hole, and we don't want to make a big mess, so we have a rubbish bin right down here. And we just beat the Sauron out of the brush right down in the rubbish bin. That's right. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, if you would just click that like button. I always forget to tell you that, but that really helps with the council of YouTube. If enough of you click that like button and leave a comment, then they'll say, we need to share this fellowship with even more friends. That's right, and they can all come along. Now we're going to get a misty color here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of our phthalo blue, mix it down here, come with some of our alizarin crimson. We'll mix that up in there. Oh, and that's a very dark color right there. Let's get some more alizarin crimson there. Mix that in. I'm always trying to make purples, and I never use enough of the red. My purples always turn out blue. Oh, and look at these colors. They're all being naughty. They're all trying to run away. Oh, let's stop them before that happens. We can't let them escape. No, just wipe that off. Oh, I've just gotten into a batch of some runny colors lately. There we go. We might have to do that a time or two while we do this painting, but that's okay. So I'm just going to take a clean brush And a fan brush there. I'm just going to scoop out some of that titanium white, and I'm just going to put it there, right next to that color there. I'll just set this back down. I was looking for my brush, but it's right there in my hand. Oh, silly hobbit. That's right. So we're going to mix this in, and that'll let us know how purple that is, how light that is. We want that pretty light. We don't want it to be too blue because we're going to go against our yellow that we put down there. And if it's too blue, that'll give us a green shade, and we don't want that. No, we want that nice light purple there. And now we're going to come and we're going to do these misty edges right here. Just mix that in. And you see, you just do those crisscross strokes. A little more here. Now we're going to come to one of my favorite brushes, my blender brush, that's right. And we're just going to take that nice, dry, clean blender brush. Dry, clean blender brush. Oh, that's fun to say. That's fun to say. And we'll just circle this in. We're just blending that together, removing all those hard brush strokes that you see. We just push that down, circle that in, and there we go. Those colors just meld right together. There we are. And that quick, we've just put in the background. Now we're going to put our trees and things in front of that. And you'll see, it'll be fun. But we're going to keep this blender brush handy. That's right. We're just going to keep that over there. Now what we're going to do, we're going to come to a 1-inch brush. And we're just going to load some of that purple that we use to make that mist right on this brush. Just put it on the corner of that brush as much as you can pick up. Maybe grab a little bit of the other. We'll come to this darker in a minute. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put in, these are some tree branches, some leaves and things back here. Of course, we're in Fangorn Forest, right? But we have a lot of trees, and Fangorn Forest isn't quite like Mirkwood. It's not so closed and dark and heavy. Not as bad as Mirkwood. But we just come up here, and we're just putting in those shapes of leaves from the trees back there. There we go. Now we're going to come back, and we're going to come back into some of our darker purple. Some of that darker purple, and we're going to do another line. These trees are a little closer, so they'll be a little darker. Just create some separation, just creates some distance in the back. There we go. And just fill that space up. Just tap in there. They'll get lighter as they go. There we are. Now let's make this, our purple, let's make that a little darker. Just come in. Just darken that up a bit. Oh, I got some yellow in there still, so that's kind of making it brighter. We're having a fight right on here. Right on the board. Right on our palette there. There we go. And we'll just create some areas in here. Just where some tree branches and leaves and things are. Just fill that up. There we go. There we go. Let's wash that brush off. That just gives us a background there. All of that's going to be pushed off into the back. And we'll have our cliff side here. And we have, a couple big old evergreen trees that make up an archway, almost like an entrance to it. let's come now. Oh, we're going to go to our filbert brush. We're just going to make up a dark color for these trees. We'll go right into that purple with some black and some burnt umber. Just, there we go. Just mix that up. And then come up, right up to our canvas. And then let's put some, just put some trees in. Just these in the back. Be some over here. And again, we may even want to just come to our script liner brush, just thin out that paint, and then we can just put some here in the back. You can even put some branches on these. Now we're going to come again to our blender brush. We want to blend these out a little bit, just fade them into the back. So just lightly, just come over those. We're just pulling out some of the detail. That just gives us that depth back there. Now, our trees are going to be in front here. We're going to have some evergreen green trees and that sort of thing, but we want to make a very light green. So we're just going to come into that color we had there, because these trees, normally we put the leaves that are in the back, we make those the darkest and the highlights come in front. But with our light being in the back, our greener, lighter leaves, oh, those will be further back, and the ones in front will be dark and polished. That's right. Maybe a little more of that yellow. Maybe even grab some titanium white. Just give ourselves a few different shades right there on the palette. So we'll come up here and we're going to put, some of these leaves just in front of these others. And we'll take that green, darken it up a little bit as we come to the interior of the forest. There we are. We'll give some of these darker greens. And you can see that as the green gets darker, that's getting closer to us. So we're pushing, we got a lot on there, right there. That's okay. That's okay. These, you'll see, these are going to be the evergreen trees for our trees that stand right in front. It'll be the leaves for those. Then of course on this side, this is the darker side. So just put those leaves in, and we're starting to pick up that paint again. Clean your brush. Come back and drop in some more of those. There we go. And we're just getting into some of that burnt umber and our sap green now, just to make that deep, dark, polished leaf look. There we go. Now we've got our background there. All right, so let's get to putting some of this land down. We're just going to come in with some of our ivory black, and we're just going to lay down some undercolor. Now there's some color already there on the canvas, some of that white, but we're just going to bring this cliff face right down this way. There we go. This just runs back that way, and it just comes right up this way. Just using the palette knife. We're just laying down a lot of color right now, so we'll probably do some hobbit speed here. Now I'm going to just fill in this bottom right here, and we'll be able to highlight this after. There we go. We're just putting in just the color of the dirt that'll be underneath. All right. Now that we laid that color down real quick, we need, there's going to be, just some trees and bushes and things back there that... Just taking our 1-inch brush, and we're just going to fill this up. And again, that's in the background. That's just bending along the way, right behind these rocks, these cliffs, this entrance. Now, we're going to come and we're going to put some grass right up on top. Just load that into the brush. And then there will be some grass right up in here. Oh, we're getting some of that black. We'll just put it in right back here. Should have done that before I put the cliff in, but that's what you can do. You can learn from my mistakes. I wasn't thinking about the grass that was up here. Just put that in. That hill goes up. There we go. Knock some of that off. Come back, we'll get some more, and this will go here. And you're saying, Timbo, that looks like a mess. That looks like a mess. Not to worry. Not to worry. We'll put in some details and things, and you'll see it come together. And we're going to take this here, and we're just going to darken this out. And you'll see what happens there. Just paint that dark area in here. This eventually will be our Entwash. That's right. And this is called Wellinghall because it's where the springs of the Entwash well up. That's right. They come right down the mountain. We just put that in dark like that. There we go. Now we want to make that. We want to put some rock face in there, some of that gray rock. So we'll just come right up here. I'm going to take some titanium white. Oh, I might have used too much of the ivory black. That's okay. Let's take some of this purple. We'll put it in there as well. Just pull that out. Cut across, and now we're going to put some rock right in here. Just do some highlights on this rock. Just like we do with our mountains. We just let the palette knife, just break right on the rock there. Bring it out, bring it down. There we go. And that just comes down like steps. Now right in here, you remember, we had the Entwash coming down. Have some rocks there. And then we had this basin, like a bowl, a natural bowl made right in the rock. Right there. And it just came down like that. Right there. It's hard to see right now, hard to see. But you'll see in just a minute. You'll see in just a minute. Here we go. Just bring more of that down. Now, what we want here is, this was shaped like a bowl. Now we had water that fell down. And we'll give it a little blue tinge right here. It would spill off the rock. right down into the bowl. And then from there, it would spill over. And it would make its way right down this path, right into the Entwash. There we are. And now we're just going to take a little bit of liquid white on a small fan brush, and we just create that water falling down, and it would splash and then fall down some more and then splash and splash up each time it hit a rock. And it would splash right down into the bowl. And then it would fall over and splash again. And it would make its way right out into the Entwash. There we go. So this would come and it'd splash. And it would make its way down. Maybe splash over another. Tumble over another rock right back here. And it just keeps traveling downstream. Splashes up right there. And then just continues off. There we go. So that gives you that Entwash coming in. Now we need to put in our big trees that guarded this place. That's right. So let's get a nice dark tree trunk color. We're just gonna come up here. And let's... Oh, this is a test to see how stout-hearted you are. Just come up and... Oh, we're gonna have a big tree that arches right over right here. And we'll come right here. There we go. Just bring that down. And this is a big one. He's all the way like this. There we are. Just fill him in with color now. There we go. Now, the way the light is going to play, I've got it a little darker on this side, but it actually should be darker on the back side, I believe. So we'll come in and just darken that out back there. Oh, and then his big old roots are coming down to that Entwash. That's for sure. That's what he wants. He wants a nice drink. So he's just going to come right down to that Entwash there. There we go. Now these are the trees that would obey and listen to Treebeard. There we go. And we need to make some boughs on this tree. He comes right over this way. Some of these big branches, there we go. And there's a big guy right here that comes right in the back. Right there. And you see, we've kind of made that on the front, but we want that one to be pushed back. So we come back up and we just come right in front of it. That'll just push that branch to the back. There we go. Maybe another here. It'll be on that front side. There we are. And we'll come and we'll fill that bark in. But we need another guy. He's going to be right over here. So let's take care of him. Another one of these. Oh, this'll be a big one. Right here. He's got a big knot of a bowl on the bottom. That's right. He's one of those trees that has a big root right here down at the bottom. And then he just comes up. We'll just bring him right up this way. Oh, look at that. We're picking up all the other paint too. We can wipe some of that paint off. Come back, get some more brown on there, and then this guy is going to come, he's coming right up here. Right down here. Oh, but he is a thick branched tree. Right there. Look at that. Oh, and of course, he's not done with just one. He comes right here. Oh, these trees are fun to paint. Oh, I love painting these big trees. I hope you do too. I hope you do too. And he's got big roots. Come right down this way. Searching their way towards that Entwash, of course. And we just put him in. As I said, we're going to highlight these colors. So don't worry. I'm not sure if you can even see what's going on here. But, oh, this guy, we'll say he's got 3. Right like that. His root goes right off that way. There we are. Oh, there we go. Let's give him some boughs too, because that's how this made an archway. These boughs would come together. And they would just mingle in with each other. There we go. He's got a big old yank right in there. Bring that right down. There we go. And we'll make a guy right here. There we are. Some more of these. Maybe that one's broken off right there. There we are. Look at those trees. Those are some mighty trees. Those are some mighty trees. Now we want to put a highlight on some of that. Now these trees, sometimes their bark would be a very red bark. Tell you what, let's make some room. I'm letting my palette get all messy. Let's just make some room right up here. We'll just move that. We're going to leave that green because we're going to come back and do some grass at the bottom. But we don't need all this area right here, so. There we go. Just clean off that palette knife. All right, I made some room there, so let's make up a good bark color. We're going to bring down our burnt umber. Let's get a little bit of alizarin crimson in there. We want to redden that up a bit. Just pick it up and push it back down. Now that's still very dark, and we want to use it as a highlight a little bit. So let's mix in some titanium white, and when we do that reddish evergreen bark should start to appear more. There we go. There we are. So let's get that on our knife, and we're going to let's just come right here. Let's just bring that color in. There we go. Hopefully I'm not too much in your way here. We just want that. You want to create some breaks and things in that bark. The bark is rough. That's right. So we're just kind of tapping it on. Just tapping it on there. And I know that I'm getting in your way. I'm getting in your way right there. It's just kind of hard to do it this way. I should have thought about that. But we do what we can. We do what we can. Just bring that bark and those colors underneath. You put the breaks in there and they come through. If you want to use, another brush to do this, you can. You can use a fan brush and do this, and maybe I'll show you that in a minute. I just started with this. All right. Come in, grab him. Give him some of that highlight color as well. Hopefully I'm not too much in your way like this. We're going to have to mix a bit more of that up. That's right. Just pull it up. Now maybe we don't put the titanium white in here. And we do the backside now. That's gonna leave it a little darker. See how that works? Right in there. There we go. Come on this side. And the same thing. We're just bringing that color in. Just bringing it right down. And you're just kind of leaving that paint thick. Like that. Giving it some texture. That's what's fun about painting those trees. You give it that thick texture. So let's do the same on the back side of this tree. We're just coming in with that darker right now. And as I tap it on there, I'm just pulling it slightly, just to give it that shape and form of the bark. And just put some color in on these roots. And for those, you may want to go to a brush so you can get it. This is a pretty wide palette knife. And this will be the underside on here. Put that right in front and that'll intermingle those boughs. There we go. All right, let's make this a highlight color again. Now it's not that important that we keep the color even and the same as it was before. Might be a little too red there. Let's Get that. Pull that out. And just cut it across. Now we're going to come and we're going to give the color here. And you just bring that down, mix that in. Bring those colors together. Right across the top of that trunk, or that branch, I should say. And on the back side of these. There we go. Come back to this side. We didn't get much on this guy. Didn't get much on that guy at all. Oh, maybe a little too much now. Oh boy. Be careful what you ask for. All right. Now we can come, if you want, to a fan brush. Oh, I'm using all my brushes today. Now we'll just come get some of that and we can pop the highlight right on those. Right on those roots. There we go. A little bit of that titanium white. Lighten that up a little bit. Bring it right over here. Maybe darken that up a bit. That was a little too light, but that's okay. There we are. And just put some texture in there. Just give some texture to that tree. There we go. Now let's do Now we're just going to mix up this titanium white. Has a little bit of that bark color in there. We're just going to do a few lighter highlights towards the top of the tree here. Just touching on that bark there. Just on that very outer edge there. There we go. You don't want to overdo that. You just want to give it a few spots. Just to break up that color a little bit. There we go. Maybe a touch. Right there. And right along, we'll let him right there have some of that. There we go. Now let's fill some grass in down there. We need some grass and maybe a few rocks and things along the water's edge. Let's make up this color. Taking our filbert brush, we're just going to load up some black, and let's just come here. We'll just put some rocks right there. Put some along the river's edge as well. Or, it's not quite a river yet. But you'll see. We'll just put those in there. All right, now let's get our grass. Let's get some grass going. Give that brush a little clean. Come to our green here. Just let it lighten up with some of that. There we are. And we'll just tap in some grass. Let those shadows underneath still play through. Just taking that 2-inch brush. Now this grass isn't going to be super green and lush because, it's hidden most of the time from most of the sun. But we just put that in, just put it around at the base of that rock. There we go. Now we want to thin that out so it sticks a little better. We got a lot of paint on there at this point. So if we put a little paint thinner on that, there we go. Then you'll see it sticks a little bit better. And we just tap that in. And don't forget this side as well. Make a bush right there. There we go. Right there. And just tap that grass right down to that water's edge. Now we can just we're just going to come with our script liner brush, just make a thin gray paint here, and let's just give some of these rocks, just use that. There we go, just give some highlight on those rocks there. There we are. And the same thing on the other side. There we go. Now you can, of course, you can fill in more details and that's a good place to be for just, throwing that down in just about an hour or so. It's a fun painting. And of course we know my Grunkle Mary and my Grandpappy Took, oh, they took a drink out of that fountain and they got a little more height than most hobbits from drinking the Ent wash. That's right, the Ent draft anyways. And Treebeard, oh, what a great being Treebeard was. So I hope you enjoyed today's painting. We can do a little bit more. We can come back and we can put some hobbits in there, and maybe we'll do one with Treebeard coming up in a little while. So I do appreciate you being here. I thank you for painting along with me. Goodbye and God bless.